Hi, everybody.
Yay!
Right there's the camera, Ernie, to your right.
Hey, how you doing, baby?
Our buddy
We love
Ernie.
ya.
We love you too, man. Ernie from Ernie's Market in studio.
Yeah.
Let me explain something to you, Ernie. We've had Bob Seger come in studio. We have comedians. We have musicians. We have all sorts of famous people come by here. We get more of a response for you in Ernie's Market. People love you, man.
Well, I hope so. I really hope so, because I love them. And that's what it's about. It's the love. When you love somebody and you feel comfortable, when you come in town, I hope they come and see me, because when you go from one town to another town, you happen to move, you miss your parents. You miss somebody that you know from your past. And who's still there? Hello, there's Ernie.
There's Ernie.
Yeah, baby.
Well, like yesterday, Ernie, I went by there and I was thinking about this. There were folks in line.
Yes.
Waiting, obviously, and you're out there talking to folks, and the sandwiches are coming out, and they're amazing. But what's neat to me is, and I was thinking about, Ernie, when you look out in the line, you see somebody standing there, and there was a guy who looked like he was having a rough day.
Right.
Kind of had a stone face, looked like a guy who works with his hands.
Right.
And I don't know if you're even aware of this. I assume you are. You made a beeline and started talking to this guy.
Yes, sir.
And I saw him when he had his sandwich and he was walking out. He had the biggest smile on his face.
That's what I hope for.
That's the reset you're talking about. You go to Ernie's.
Exactly. You hit it.
If you're having a bad week, you go to Ernie's.
You go to Ernie's.
Have you always been this way?
Oh, yes. The bottom line is, as we go through life, I can tell you how many cracks are in the cement all around the store. So I've been there. I walked. I had no money. She was going to divorce me because I quit the corporate structure, and I made more money in '68 than I do now. But was I happy? No. I'm happy now. She's even helping me now. The bottom line is I know what that feeling is, and I don't want anybody to ever have that feeling.
Well, the market was your dad's, right?
Right.
Starting off.
Right. But it was AMP and all these Farmer Jacks and all these other big guys took over. So who would come in and buy a can of peas for $1.99 when you can get 10 of them for $1? Nobody. So what happened? The business kept going down and down. So finally, I started a beer store. I thought I would kick it up.
Makes
when
sense.
You can't make any money, she gets mad. You know what I mean, babe? She gets mad.
At least you understand that.
Oh, yeah, I understand that. And then finally, I went into sandwiches. One guy came in from the shop right around your building here, and he says, Ernie, I want a cannonball sandwich. Cannonball? Never heard of a cannonball sandwich. He says, grind some hamburger, put some salt and pepper and a little bit of onion on it, and I'll eat it raw. I said, okay, baby. I threw some meat in the grinder. We made a meatball. We threw it on white bread, and that's how we started.
The cannonball sandwich was your first sandwich at Ernie's.
That's exactly.
And that would have been
Yeah, what year was that?
Probably right around, I came back, in 55? Right around 55, 56.
It's in Ernie's. If you guys don't know, you guys just won an award, best sandwich in the state of Michigan with BuzzFeed. How crazy is that?
I didn't know. The wife keeps track. She's the paper lady, and she told me that we did. It's wonderful, but not only for me, but for you, because I want you to have the best close, so you can go to some place and have the best, and not drive 100 miles or 200 miles to get the best.
You know what, though? I have to believe, and I love the sandwiches there, but it's the whole vibe. Everybody that works there, just the way it feels when you walk in there, I think that's what makes it so amazing.
Because who loves you?
You do,
See,
baby.
it's like going home.
It is.
It's like going back. They come back in. I have had people come. Oh, here's a good one. I had a family of 5 come in, I think it was 2 days ago, and they all got together from all over. One in Texas, one in Florida, one in Michigan, one in someplace else to see me. They all come back to see me, and it's wonderful.
Well, by the way, that's just a perfect cue here, real quick. We're on Facebook Live
This
as well
is
with this.
awesome. Jim came up with this brilliant idea, and we think this is.
We're going to
you're
get you a
love
better
this.
one, but for starters, if we can show this. This is laminated, Ernie, and it's a map of the United States. So when people come by from different states, you can write on their name and put a little Post-it note and when they stopped by. And do this every year.
Yeah,
So you know when people come in because you'll fill this up.
Oh,
You'll
yeah,
fill
right.
this up,
Oh, yeah,
man.
I'll fill it up. They wanted me to do that, and I've been putting it off. But since you brought it up, I'm going to do it.
It's
How's
yours.
that?
There you go.
We got you something, Ernie.
Thank you. Thank you
welcome.
very kindly. Isn't that wonderful, Jim? Thank
So,
you.
Do you have people from outside the U.S.? I mean, all over.
yes.
So, we were talking about before we came on. We
and
want to know.
I'm intrigued by this because, every city's got that one spot that's hot, and every once in a while somebody famous will come up in there. But, I mean, you're well known all across the state. So let's talk a little bit about the celebrities that have come into Ernie's. Like, who's the biggest celebrity that's ever come in there to get a sandwich?
Well, we had the governor. We had Billy Sims. But I told Jim about the governor's story already.
Tell it again.
Tell it again.
It's a great story.
Oh,
It's a great story.
Okay. A number of days ago, these guys pulled up, and they came in, and behind them was the governor. And I had a line, and they said, they come around the line, and they said, we would like some sandwiches. I said, no problem. There's the line. And they says, well, we want them now. And I said, well, I can't do it now. So they turned and walked out. Shortly after that, a couple of guys walked in and said, Ernie, we have a problem here. I said, we don't have no problem. They said, we would like sandwiches. I said, okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. If you come the next day at 10 o'clock and you're the first one at the door, you're the first one to make the sandwich. I thought they were gone. To be honest with you, I thought they were gone. The next day I get there, 10 o'clock, who drove up? And they weren't the first, but I still took them the first one.
Okay. You gave them a little sign.
Yeah, because they drove up, and I thought I'd take them. And I took them at, so that's kind of neat.
You don't play favorites. That's beautiful.
No.
You can't.
First come, first served, always, huh?
Right.
That's a rule in business.
Right. And if you're in a hurry, just come back tomorrow. Don't even tell me you're in a hurry.
Do you find over the years, speaking of that, Ernie, do you find over the years that, we had a stat last year that an American spends 3.5 hours a day looking at their phone. When they come into Ernie's Market, you have to slow down. Right. You can't be in a rush.
Right.
You got to take your time. And I see a lot of people put their phones away, too.
Right, because I will ask them if they're talking to their girlfriends, tell I'll be home late. That way they put their phone away right away when I say something like that,
Well, everybody wants to talk to you.
Well, we hope that's exactly what I'm trying to do, get them to talk to me, get them to interact with the person in front. We had people get married. I had people from
Wait a minute. You had not at the market. Where?
Oh, they wanted me to marry.
Oh.
You married somebody?
No, she wouldn't let me. No, the general wouldn't let me. No, what happened is they came in there standing in line. So they start talking, and next thing you know, they got changed numbers, and they started going out, and they got married.
And they met at Ernie's.
They met at Ernie's.
I now pronounce you pastrami and cheese.
Yeah,
That's
that is
exactly,
a beautiful
baby.
name.
Yeah. In fact, I had a lady yesterday that retired from around here, one of the shops, very sick, and she's in Highland, wherever Highland is. And she came back to say hi to me. And it was very nice. Even though she was sick, even though she's not feeling good, she missed us, and she wanted to come back and say hi.
And you're seeing the generations of people now, like you said earlier. Oh. You're seeing people coming second, third generations, kids that work around here, kids that come, grandkids and stuff coming to Ernie's to get a sandwich.
Well, we had a young boy come in and say, hi, Ernie, how are you? I said, fine, how you doing? He said, you don't remember me. I said, yes, I do. You lived up on Pearson. He says, yeah. I said, well, how's your mom? He says, I don't see her, Ern. I said, what do you mean you don't see her? You got to see your mom. He says, no. He says, we broke up and this and that. He says, do you know where my mom is? I says, you come back tomorrow and I will check on it because I haven't, what would you call it?
Like a Rolodex?
No.
He's got a network of people.
A network. That's
gotcha.
it. A network of
Okay.
people.
Ernie's got people. Ernie's got people.
We got
that.
people.
You got a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah,
A guy.
He knows every guy.
So I wanted that to see if he was really serious by coming because I don't want to ask you to check and to do things and not have him come back. See?
Right.
So next day, here he is with his family and his kids. I said, baby, we're working on it. You come back 2 days and I'll have it. So I put the people to work.
Right.
And we couldn't find his mother, but we found the grandmother in Harson's Island.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Harson's Island. She's living in Harson's Island. I'm by the water. And so we got the address and everything for him. He went to Harson's Island and met her. And I got a real nice card that from the mother for thank you for putting her family together. And what's even better, the general wasn't there. About 2 years later, here comes this nice-looking blonde. I say, hello, baby. You know what I mean? I said, and she says, Ernie, can I kiss you? I said, hell yes, you can kiss me. And she gave me, and it was the mother of the son that I put the family together.
What a great story.
That's awesome.
And it was, and they still stop in periodically, you know.
It's a two-way street for you, isn't it? I know it's cathartic for people to come to Ernie's, and like you mentioned earlier, but for you as well. It's just got to be a feel-good thing.
That's what keeps me going. It's, you know, I mean, I love it. Ask anybody. I'm first one there, and if anybody needs anything, I do it, and it's just great.
But, you know, you could, and Aaron, you mentioned it earlier, and you had a good point about this with the sandwiches. With all the awards and everything, at the end of the day, it's got to be a great sandwich. You can be the most entertaining guy in the world, and you are.
Yeah, but if the food, you know, you're not going to get an award.
Right. You got to back it up. I mean, you guys have consistently delivered amazing sandwiches. That's hard to do.
Right. Yes. But what's nicer that you remember, we have to change the world for the better. An individual has to make the world nice. Now, for example, I was out a while back at talking to one of the big chefs in Detroit that runs one of the new buildings over there, and he says, "I'm so and so," and I says, "Yes, I'm Ernie from Ferndale. I usually use Ferndale, not Oak Park, but because a lot of people don't know Oak Park,
Right?
They know Ferndale." So I say, "Fern." He stopped and he looked at me and he says, "Ernie's Market from Oak Park." He's never been there, never seen it, never tasted it, but he knew about the sandwich. And that's what's a satisfaction within, that we are changing society for the betterment of each individual, to take and say, I have to have the best food at my restaurant or my thing.
The only problem is if you get the Monster, Ernie, and you try to eat it in your truck before you go home, you're napping there. There's not enough room. You guys should give out pillows or something. That's a lot of food, man.
And if you don't take a nap, it blows up. And then the guys around here come in and start yelling at me about how their trucks get dirty because of
Because everything on the Monster?
Because they forget. Yeah, it's the truth. He's right, though. That's a whole lot of food, because when I come by my sandwich, that's lunch and dinner for me. On the days when I don't feel like cooking dinner, I'm like, I'll just have the rest of this sandwich and make some soup and call it a day.
But you have to realize, to make a good spaghetti sauce, what happens? You have to put the right ingredients together.
Right.
Unless I put everything in order, is it going to taste like a monster? The other guys try it.
Wow.
I think it's
Do you
just the
understand what
fact
I'm
that
saying?
I get what you're saying, but I just think it's the fact that you make it with love, and that's why it tastes so damn good.
But do you, though, like, so it's true, but over time, though, did you
Everything-
experiment with trying to make where the veggies go in the meat? Because you do separate, like, the meat, like, in the bottom and the top of the Monster. So there's a method to your madness there.
Right. Put
Okay.
that sandwich together. We put it together the way everyone is the same way. So that way you do not get a change of taste. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And if you forget something, let's say you forget cucumbers, they know it. They know you didn't put cucumbers on that sandwich. Or you might put hot peppers on it or something that they know.
What is the weirdest sandwich request you've ever had, other than the first one, the cannonball? Because eating raw meat, I don't condone that, but it's got to be cooked.
You're
but,
right.
Yeah, but what's like the weirdest? Did somebody ever come in and be like, I want a peanut butter and banana sandwich like Elvis?
Well,
or
I had a landscaping guy talking about peanut butter come in, and he wanted peanut butter and jelly for his son that's becoming a nurse as we speak from Wayne State.
Awesome.
And when he was a kid, he would buy peanut butter and jelly. I will make a sandwich any way you want it, as long as I have the stuff to make it with. You know, and I have quite a bit of stuff, so I
Yeah, you do.
yeah, I juggle it.
Hey, what's the deal with the catering kitchen?
Yeah.
You know, we were looking
we're
at it yesterday.
opening. Yeah, we're trying to. That was a secret until now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jim, you let the cat out of the
Yeah.
bag.
What's happening is we're taking more. We have a new helper, and my daughter's in there, so we're going to start catering. We did our first cater job, and we made 100 sandwiches, and they liked it so much that they made me. I showed you, didn't I show you that
Yeah.
piece of wood that they made me? And it was a golf outing or something, and they used it for something. But we're changing the back room instead of storage. I pulled everything out. I'm making, the man is there as we speak, putting the walls up the right way. We're putting new electricity, new lights, floor, ceiling, switches, coolers, whatever you want. It's all going to be new in the back.
See, now, you guys catering, and so that's, how many years have people been asking you to do this?
Oh, yeah.
Long time, I would
Long
assume.
time. But I wouldn't cater only for people that I knew very, very well. But now I know a lot of people very, very well, and it's hard to say no. And so with the new help, I'm hoping that they can take it to the next level.
We spend millions of dollars as Americans on positivity, on books and signs and quotes and coffee cups and all sorts of things. You're one of the most positive people we've ever met.
Oh,
Ever.
thank
And
you.
not just in the
Thank
Motor City, but beyond.
What's your secret, Ernie?
Yeah.
You
What
guys. I love you guys.
Ha.
Yeah.
No, seriously, to that person listening right now or watching right now on Facebook who's maybe grinding, who's just kind of banging along day to day and maybe in a rut, what do you say to them? What's your advice?
Oh, you have to keep your head high and everything works out. And do everything right. Do not try to cheat anybody or to go negative. Be positive, because with positive action, positive things come through.
Amen. Hallelujah to that.
What else can we mention? What else should we talk about? We got, okay, for Sweetest Day, of course, got the Love Spice.
Oh, yeah, we got the Love Spice. Now, you got to be careful, because I had one guy disappear for 2 days because we gave him too much.
He was busy.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. She's laughing. She don't think it's true. We're in the store, and this kid walks in, very depressed. Nowadays, you have a lot of people getting with negative, and he was very depressed. And I said, "What's wrong with you?" He says, "Oh, this." I said, "Hey, man, calm down." I said, "If I looked like you and I was your age, I would party hardy." He said, "I said, I'm going to take care of you." He says, "Okay." I said, "Look, I'm going to crank this love on this sandwich, and tonight you go out, you're going to have the time of your life." Well, he disappeared for 2 days. His parents, true story, his parents called the police because he didn't come home for 2 days.
He met a girl, didn't he?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
And where did he last known place he was at?
Ernie's.
Ernie's. Where did they raid? Ernie's. Because they raided us, and the SWAT team raided me to find out what was in the Love Spice, because he disappeared for 2 days.
And then it took 2 weeks to get the smile off his face.
Amen.
Amen.
But I wouldn't give him any more Love Spice.
I don't
That's
think
enough.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you know what you're in for over
Yeah,
there.
baby.
All
I
right.
told him to watch out for the spice, though. That could be a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
If you're going, yeah, well, never mind. Anything I would have said there would have been wildly inappropriate. So
I
just-
know. That's why I
No.
went there.
Yeah, oh, baby.
8500 Capitol Street in Oak Park is the address. Ernie's, right? Did I have it right there?
Right,
Okay.
right.
ErnieSandwichShop.com, the website. We got that, of course. Your Facebook page is magical because of all the people that post stuff. It is, again, just
I
if you
hope
can't
so.
if you
I
can't
hope
make it
so.
to Ernie's, you go on the Facebook page and the way people telling stories and stuff.
Oh, yeah, we have a lot of stories. We go back a long way with people. And so now we had people come in from Arizona. Their cars break down, 2:30 in the morning. They call me to come pick them up. I mean, did I go pick them up? Hell yeah, I went and picked them up. If they call me, I go. They get out of jail for whatever reason, drinking, and they have nobody to get home. They call me, and sometimes she goes with me, and sometimes she doesn't. She gets mad, but I go and pick up. You know, I'm like a cab. You know, I just go or Uber. That's it.
You're an Uber?
Yeah, I'm an
You're
Uber.
kind of like the Johnny Bujacaris Lindell AC of sandwiches here in the Motor City, right? I mean, that was Lindell's back in the day. That's what you did.
Yeah, that's
Everybody loves you for this
I
stuff.
hope so.
Yeah.
And I love them. I try to keep it at a high because when I was young, my dad wore a white shirt and a tie every day. So that meant that you're in a different bracket. You're dressed up. You know, I don't do that, but
You're always dressing. You're always
right.
Is he cleaned up pretty good? We've seen some good photos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what happened with the guy? This was one of the videos. One of the videos that was when you guys. I wouldn't say you exploded or anything, but it was a video that wound up going kind of viral. The guy that came in and I think he tried to eat like 2 or 3 monsters at one time, and he filmed it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember this kid?
Yes.
The kid came in, and I think you guys all told him, like, you're not going to do this.
You're not going to do it, right.
And he set up a table outside, because I know
Right.
now we got the outside patio set up.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful.
I forgot about
Great job,
that.
by the way. It
Oh,
looks
I love
fantastic.
that.
Yes, the city has worked with us, and everybody has been working with us. In fact, even the people. Now, I have to tell you that patio's been there since the summertime. I haven't really picked up 3 pieces of paper.
Everybody
It's-
picks up after themselves?
Everybody picks
That's
up.
amazing.
It's amazing how wonderful. And they come in and they say, here, this was sitting outside, and they keep it up because I wanted it so many years, and everybody knew I wanted an outside patio, eating area. They call it outside dining.
Yes.
And so I wanted that outside dining because if it sits you in a different bracket then, because now you're under different licenses and everything. And I wanted it because I wanted the best for you. So if you bring a young lady or your kids or your wife to the store to get a sandwich, you have a place to eat it.
Well, you bring the young lady or your wife.
Right.
Never
Not
mind.
both.
Nah, at the same time.
No,
No.
No.
You have a
Yeah, that
fight
gets
on the
awkward.
patio.
Not both. Not both.
So go back to the monster guy, though. How
Yeah.
many did he eat?
He ate 2.5.
No.
2.5.
Monsters?
Yes. And his body went into convulsions. And I took him threw a bucket at him and ran because I didn't want him to blow up. I said, baby, there it is.
We got to get that. What's the guy that does the Kobayashi or whatever? The hot dog guy to come.
Well, you were kind of where I'm thinking, Ernie. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like Grace Kiros and down at American Coney, they have a cone eating contest.
Right.
We should have an Ernie's monster eating
Yeah.
contest.
All right.
You've got the outdoor seating. We could do it right
oh,
there.
Yeah.
That'd be
yeah.
fun.
Oh, yeah.
How fast do you think someone could eat a monster? Oh.
Oh,
Do you
that-
ever-
I can't. I
Anyone
can't
ever
even-
polish one off in the store before they leave?
They started them. They start before they leave.
Okay.
And a lot of them don't make it home. They either start it, finish it in the car.
Well, now you got the patio. They don't even need to go to the car.
Right.
Ha!
That's exactly, baby.
Good
That's
thinking.
exactly.
Hey, you go in my truck right now, you will find grass clippings and green pepper. Because I took a couple chomps out of that sandwich before I headed home yesterday.
See?
Ron says Ernie sandwiches are huge, and he is a treat to meet.
There it is.
Thank you, Ron. We love you, baby.
We just came up with your jingle for you. A treat to meat.
Yeah, treat to me.
MEAT.
Yeah.
See, you can either way with the sandwiches.
Oh.
See? See,
Yeah.
we're spitballing here.
Jim's a
Yeah.
clever guy.
$50, I'm a clever girl. Anyway.
Whoa.
What? Ernie's got me all fired up. It's the extra love, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for everything you do here in the community, here in Oak Park and around in the Motor City, and keep doing. And nothing's going to change, right? Everything's
No,
good. We're all good.
Oh, we're all good. We're going to be there. I'm the first one there and the last one to leave, Jim.
10 to 4 on Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 Saturdays?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
Okay.
Thank you, baby. Thank you, sir.
And
Very
Sunday,
kind.
if we
And
stand
everybody.
outside and yell your name, will you show up eventually or no? Or the
Oh,
cops will show up
no.
first?
Yeah. She gets a little excited when I come in on Sunday. You know what I mean?
Ernie's Market, your godsend. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
God bless
baby.
you, Ernie.
Yeah, baby.
And you
Thank
as
you.
well.
Thank
Yeah,
you for
baby.
the poster.
Thank you, those.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thank you, baby.